see dead people.
If there's anything you don't want to hear at bedtime, it's something creepy said by your daughter or young child or the person you're babysitting, but that's exactly what we have for you. You're welcome in advance. My name is Rachel Fisher, and I'm going to bring to you our top 10 dark things kids have said at bedtime. And actually, I'm going to be telling some stories that we've received from some of our team, and I'll be telling them in first person, but it's about them. Coming in at number 10, we have this creepy story about a daughter and her sound machine. When my daughter was about 3 years old, she had a sound machine in her room to help her sleep. We typically had it on babbling brook or nighttime cricket sounds. One night I was putting her to bed and turned on the sound machine. She'd been playing with it earlier and the sound was left on at the sound of a beating heart. After a few minutes of lying there with her in the dark, she looked at me and said, "I didn't like being in Mummy's tummy, it was dark and wet and I don't want to go back in there, okay?" Oh my god, so scary. I don't know how I'd react to that if I was a parent. Alright, moving on to the next one, number 9.
Is this toddler possessed? Listen to his plaintive wail as he balances himself on his crib.
Okay, this isn't exactly something that a kid has said at bedtime, and it makes the list because it is much creepier than that.
First he climbs up the side of his crib, then does the impossible, steadying himself on the top rail for a remarkable 22 seconds before falling backwards onto the mattress.
Was this kid possessed? How can a toddler balance like that on a real floor, let alone a thin railing of a crib? Next up, number 8, this is a story about a daughter learning how to cross her eyes from a deceased older brother.
Go cross-eyed.
What do you mean?
Try to look in between your nose. Almost.
My then 3-year-old daughter walked downstairs in the morning and said, "Look what I can do," and crossed her eyes. I asked her how she learned to do that and she said, "The boy taught me at night." Me? What boy? Her? The boy with the glasses. He did this. And she held her finger up and zoomed it to her nose and crossed her eyes. She said he laughed and laughed. Not too scary, right? Only that's how my brother taught me how to cross my eyes, and I was 5 years old. He died when I was 7 years old. Judging from the clip of how difficult it is for a child around the same age as this one to go cross-eyed, this story definitely is creepier than we originally thought.
I can't do it.
Again, I don't know how to react if my daughter came down the stairs and was like, "I learned how to do this from this crazy ghost boy." I don't know. That's nuts, man. Coming in at number 7, my family has recently moved to a new home in a new country. It was a well-furnished apartment, and in our bedroom was a painting that looked like hair free-flowing in the air. It wasn't a pleasant or soothing painting, but I was trying to make peace with it. My son was 2.5 years old then. One day I was setting him down on the afternoon nap in my bedroom when he said, "I don't want to sleep in this room." I asked him why, and he said, "This painting looks at me and tries to talk to me and I don't like it." Well, I don't like that. Moving on to number 6.
Now Melissa Smith is convinced she's being haunted by the baby she lost in a miscarriage.
So this person had multiple miscarriages, but their daughter said to them, "I met your babies that died in my dream and they want you to know that you're a good mom." That's really pretty. Like, I don't know if that'd be kind of scary, but I think that's really beautiful as well. So coming in at number 5.
It was Freddie's mom, and I went like this, and I started shaking.
So this little girl had claimed that she had seen a ghost. When they hired a psychic research team, they learned that Freddie and his scary mom haunting this little girl were actually real people, and they are from the 1800s.
She's here.
I got her. I challenged her.
I know she doesn't like being threatened.
She just said in my head, "I don't like being threatened." You're right.
These clips are actually from a show called Psychic Kids on A&E channel, where they try and summon the ghosts to get them to go away. If I didn't believe in ghosts before, definitely do now. Coming in at number 4. Another story we have from our team. My daughter was 3 and I was getting her ready for the day. She'd been waking up with nightmares almost every night for a month or 2. That's so sad. I asked what she wanted for breakfast and she told me she wanted to share with the dead baby in her closet. No, that's awful. I thought she meant one of her dolls, but when I pulled them out she said, "No, not a doll. The dead one that sleeps on the closet floor at night." I would leave. I'd be like, "I'm sorry, I can't. I'm getting out." Okay, coming in at number 3. Next story coming in from another one from our team. In our old house, my daughter would refuse to sleep in her room. She would come downstairs and say things were moving, but the scariest one was when she came downstairs in tears and said, "Something was tickling my back, but I can't see it." I never made her sleep alone again. We put her bed in my son's room after that and since moved from the house, where all of us had experiences much worse than she had. I'm scared. I don't know where this is going. here we go. The story continues. Moving on to number 2. My 5-year-old son, out of the clear blue sky, tells me while we're snuggling for bedtime, "Mom, when you die after the funeral, I'm going to take you back home with me. I will chop off your head and shake out your guts. Then I will put it on the table by my bed so I can look at your face before I go to sleep and always remember that I really love you." A little serial killer-ish, but shows how deep he loves his mommy. Again, if I was his mom, I'd run away, so far away, I don't even know. This brings us to number 1. This is where the story concludes. I was sound asleep, and at around 6 a.m. I was woken up by my 4-year-old daughter's face inches from mine. She looked right into my eyes and whispered, "I want to peel all of your skin off." We have reached the end. I don't know how I would feel. I feel like this person had some very amazing, imaginative, perhaps psychic kids, and a little terrifying, admittedly. I've had my share of babysitting moments, and honestly, it's special. Especially if they say stuff like that. Oh my god, if you ever have a baby monitor, like you're just waiting for ghosts to come in. Like you're just waiting for weird stuff to happen. Anyways, alas, we've reached the end. Let us know what you thought was the absolute creepiest thing that they said. Be sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date on our channel. I'm Rachel Fisher, and I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. I'll see you next time.